Hello everyone, welcome to a review of 6218 Splitface. And he's probably one of my favorite Hero Factory sets, if not my all-time favorite. And it contains 50 pieces. It's Hero Factory. OVs. And you can see there's Surge and the planet that Surge was trying to protect. Pretty cool instruction manual. Surge was the guy who was sent to capture poor Splitface. And here's an advertisement for the video game, which I never played. Oh, let me zoom out a little bit. I feel like I'm kind of close. Okay, yeah, I never played it. And then here's the sort your pieces kids. Classic. They didn't use that one too often. And then instead of having the good old blue background, it has this nice kind of sand green with a Hero Factory symbol in the back, which is pretty cool. And here's the final shot, just showing how to shoot the pieces. And then it has a combiner model, which I never built these, but you know, I'm happy that they advertised them. One of the last times they advertised alternate builds of any kind. And then on the other side is just some cool art. And then that kid who's screaming, you can win stuff. I never entered in that. Okay, now let us build. And we are done. Now, real quick, I would like to say Splitface came with one of these cores, but I'm not sure which one. He has a special code. Forgive me, I'm not going to show it off. Okay. So, you know how I said I built the Green Ninja Mech Dragon 3 times? I built this guy like 5 or 6 times. It only took me 6 minutes to build him. So, it is definitely the set I've built the most. Okay, now, why don't we talk about articulation? Pretty standard. He has one in the ankle, which is just, you know, a ball joint. And then he has a knee joint, which can just go back and forth. Can't go forward all that far, but I wouldn't really need to. And he has a thigh joint, which can go back and forth and splay out. He has a shoulder joint, which is basically the same as the thigh. An elbow joint, which is basically the same as the knee. And then wrist articulation, which is just, you know, ball joint. But he does have 2 in the neck, which is pretty interesting. And it makes it so he can be pretty expressive. Now, his mask is pretty interesting. It's one of the only, I think if not the only, Bionicle and Hero Factory mask to connect on the side of the head and be comprised of 2 pieces. And he also can mirror his whole body if you want, which is pretty cool. And you can actually, you know, split his face, which is kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about that. There you go. And yeah, the horns on his head are a little awkward because they're just hollow on the other side. Probably my least favorite thing about him. And I did play with this guy a lot as a kid, so his thigh joints are a little loose. They're not terrible, but they flop around more than I would like. He basically has one action feature, the Meteor Launcher, and I believe it is known as his Insecticide Launcher. And you know, it's pretty standard, it's just the Bionicle Blaster, but modified. Pretty simple. And, oh, I lost it for a minute. There it is, just from a side view. You just squeeze it. And then on his other hand, he has what is known as a Shredding Claw. Or at least that's what he called it in the very short Hero Factory cartoon. Man, I love this thing as a kid. You can pick people up, you can stab stuff, you can use it as a hammer thing. And I used to like to make it a secret cannon. That was weird English. I know, don't at me. And I'll just stick stuff there and make it look like a laser. And that lightsaber bar is a little scratched up. Again, I have rebuilt this guy a lot. Now then, shall we do some size comparisons? Let me try and get him to stand up straight. He's kind of lanky. And let me just try and get him perfect here. Oh, there we go. Good enough. See, his legs are a little loose. And, come on, work with me, man. Now, let's bring out our good old friend, Tahu Mata. If Splitface will stay. Oh my gosh, Splitface, what are you doing, man? Okay, there. Are you happy? Are we good? There we go. Here's Tahu. Toa of Fire. You can see he's a good, head shorter, Tahu. And if you want, you can extend Splitface's neck. I think that looks utterly ridiculous. But, hey, you can do it. And from this angle, you can see he's pretty split there. And they've never really done that with a character since. And let me show off his back. He has a foot, which is pretty cool, to cover up his back. And he also has a empty ball joint. And let's just get a real quick closer look at the chest. It's mostly gunmetal, which kind of throws off the balance, but there's some red printing. Now then, in 2012, he was about $13. And adjusting for inflation, he's about $14.51, which, as a kid, I didn't have tons of disposable money as a young kid, so, I don't know, that was a little pricey to me. But if you're split down the middle, I would say get him. He's not too expensive nowadays, and I am a little biased towards him. But that's all I have to say, so peace out.